Hello everyone, this is Santosh and welcome to TechDesign. So in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can make this model using a drawing. So we have a drawing for this and we are going to use all the dimensions from drawing, and then we are going to create the model for this in part modeling. So you can see this is the drawing we have, and let's get started. So now what I'm going to do is I'll just go to new file and select a part model. Okay, so I'll just click OK. So now we are into a part modeling workbench, and now if I see the model, you can see here I'm going to make this profile. You can see here top side whatever the profile we have. So this profile I'm going to create first, and then we can go into other stuff. Okay, so I'll just go to sketcher environment, and I will select XY plane, which is a front plane, and I'll just click OK. And now I'll just go to rectangle, and I'll just select a 3-point rectangle, and let me create this rectangle. Okay, so whatever this dimension we have is 37.5. okay, let me fit this, and you can see 37.5, and whatever this dimension we have is 40 mm. okay, here it is 20, so 20 multiplied by 2, so this is 40. Okay, so then we have two circles here, so I'm going to draw these circles, and they are with a distance of 17.5 mm, and this distance is 18 mm. okay, so I'll just go to circle, and I'll just draw two circles. Okay, and the radius for one is so you can see here one is diameter 8, and another one is that the distance is 2 mm, so we can just provide it as a 12 mm. okay, so one is 12 mm and another one is 8 mm. okay, so now the distance here is from this center to this, it is going to be 18 mm. okay, so and from this point to this it is going to be 17.5. okay, so all these dimensions are given the drawing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create two more circles on this side, and now let me make it equal. So I'll just go to equal, and these two should be equal, click apply, and this should be equal with this. Okay, now I'll just make them horizontally aligned, so this point and this point should be horizontal, so we don't need to provide the distance here. Now let me give this distance from here to here. So we can also do this by mirroring, but I'm not doing it mirror, so I'll tell you later why I'm not doing this in a mirror. Okay, so now if you check the drawing, you can see here there is an arc here with a 45-degree angle, and then there is a line here. So I'm going to draw a line first. Okay, so this is going to be my line, and this is going to be my one more line. Okay, and then there is an arc here, so let me create an arc. So this arc should be start from here, and it should be here. So let us make this tangency here. Okay, this is tangent to each other. So now the angle here is 45 degree. You can see this is a 45-degree angle, so let me give this angle. Okay, so this I'm going to give it as 45. So now whatever this and this line should be tangent to each other, so let us make tangency between this and this. Okay, so now they are tangent. Okay, so now whatever the drawing I have done here, I'm just going to mirror it. So I'll just go to mirror these two curves with a center line this. Okay, now I need to trim this line, so this is not required, so press T and trim this. Okay, so this is the profile we need. Okay, so I have not done the mirror because once I trim this here also it will get trimmer, so that is why not done the mirror part. So now I'm going to mirror this on the other side, so we'll just go to mirror and select this curves. Okay, so these curves, and my center line will be this, and click OK. So you can see this is the profile we need for this model. So I'll just finish the sketch. So once this is done, I need to extrude this. So I'll just go to extrude command. So go to extrude, and I'm going to select the connected curves with stop and intersection. So this is the connected curve, and I'm going to select this outer profile. Okay, so this is the profile we need to give, and the length is going to be 10 mm, and you can just click OK. So you can see that length is given over here, 10 mm. Okay, so once this is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketcher environment, and I will just make this profile. You can see this is the profile we need. So what I will do is I'll just go to sketcher environment. Now go to sketch and select the front plane. Okay, so once I select this, I will draw the profile here, whatever the profile I can able to see here. This profile I'm going to draw. So let me go to profile and draw this profile. So later what we can do is we will just make it constraints. Okay, so this is the profile. So now this dimension is going to be 15 mm. So now we can see here this is the 15 mm. Okay, and whatever from this point to this, the distance is 30. Okay, and then from this to this, the distance is going to be 75 mm, and whatever this distance is going to be 18.8. Okay, so all these dimensions are there in the drawing, so you can just check it. So now you can see this is not up to here, so I'll just delete this and let me create a corner here. Okay, so now this dimension is going to be 30. Okay, so then whatever this distance and this is going to be equal. Okay, so now this is the simple profile we need on this sketch. So we'll just finish the sketch. So once I finish the sketch, I'm going to do the extrude for this. So the extrude length is going to be, you can see here 20 mm. So we are going to make it as 40, and it should be symmetric. Okay, I'll just select this sketch and make it as a symmetric, and this is going to be 40 mm and should be united with the body. Okay, so similarly what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mirror for this. Whatever we have done, I'm just going to make a mirror. Okay, so let's go to mirror and select this extrude, and my plane is going to be this plane. Okay, so once this is done, now what I'm going to do is you can see in the drawing, so there is a slope here. So this material we have to remove. So if you see from the top side, we have this, so we need to make a cutout here. So that I'm going to do it now. So for that I'll just go to sketcher environment on this particular plane. Okay, and now I'll just draw a line here. Okay, from this point to this. Okay, and then there is a distance here from this point to this. It is going to be 12.5 mm. Okay, and now this is completely constrained, so this is the material we have to remove. So in order to remove this material, I have to close this profile. So for that what I'm going to do is I'll just take a line from this end point. Okay, and I'll just make this closed profile. Okay, so now we can just mirror this. So how we will do, just go to mirror and select connected curves and then center line. Okay, so now finish the sketch, and now I'm going to do extrude and remove the material. So go to extrude, and it should be in the opposite direction. Okay, and now subtract. So once this is done, we need that the same thing on the other side as well. So how we will do, we'll just mirror the feature. So just go to mirror feature and select this plane. Okay, so now you can see from the top side we have got this profile. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see here these are the some cutouts we have. So these cutouts I'm going to create a profile. Okay, so for that I will just go to the same plane. So this you can do it in a single shot itself. So you can just make these extrude on this extrude along with these feature also. So but just I'm just doing it in a separate extrude. Okay, so I'll just select this plane or maybe this plane. And I'll just click OK. So let me go to Sketcher. Now I'll just select this, and whatever the horizontal line is there, I'll just provide this. Okay, so let's click OK. So now you can see here this is the profile we have. So let us create that. Now whatever the distance here, it is 5 mm, it is given over here. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just draw 3 lines with collinear. Okay, so this is the first line, second line and third line. So there are multiple ways you can create this. So I'm just doing this. Okay, so they are collinear to each other. Okay, so suppose if I rotate one, and the other one is also going to rotate. So now what I'm going to do is, I'll just make a distance here. So from here to here it is going to be 5 mm. Okay, so similarly I'll do this on the other side. So I'll just go to mirror and select all these curves, and I'll just mirror with this one. Okay, and let me close this. So I'll just close this with these lines. Okay, so once this is done, if you see the drawing, there is a 5 mm distance everywhere, and this is 15 mm, 15 mm, and this is 10 mm. So we'll just provide that. So whatever the distance from here to here, it is going to be 5 mm, and whatever the distance from here to here, it is going to be 15 mm. Okay, so now let us move this outside. Okay, and the distance between this to this is going to be 5 mm, and distance between this to this is going to be 15 mm. Okay, and now again let us move this outside. Between these two it is 5 mm, and whatever the distance is here, it is 10 mm. Okay, so this is the profile we have. We can see here all the dimensions are defined, and it is in dark color. So now I'm going to give a fillet here. So this fillet is going to be radius of 2. You can see here radius of 2 with on 12 sides. So let us give that. So go to fillet and enter 2 mm and start providing the distance here. Okay, so once this is done, we have 2 options now. So whatever the sketch we have created, we can just mirror it on this side, and then we can extrude it, or else we can extrude, and whatever the feature that we have extruded, that we can able to mirror. So in some cases you need to create a minimum number of features over here in the part navigator. So in that case it is always better to mirror it in the sketch itself. Okay, so we'll just go to sketch and select these curves, and I'll unselect these two. Okay, and then center line, this is going to be my center line. Okay, and now finish the sketch, and this I'm going to create an extrude, and this time it is downward direction, and it should be removed material. Okay, So now let me hide this and hide this. Sorry, this is what we need. Okay, so once this is done, we have left with only few features. So now we have a cylinder here, so this cylinder I'm going to create. So let me go to extrude and on this plane. Okay, and this we have a circle here, so this circle with a diameter of 7.5, and the distance from this point to this is going to be 7.5. Sorry, okay, so let's finish the sketch. And the length for this extrude is going to be 15 mm. Okay, so it should be unite, and the length is going to be 15 mm. So this you can just make a mirror. So let's go to mirror feature and select this extrude. My plane is going to be this. Okay, so finally we have one sketch, and this is the holes we have. So these holes I'm going to create it now. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'll just reverse this. If you reverse this, it will be easy for us to give the dimensions. So now I'll just go to extrude and select this plane. Okay, and here I'm going to create a circle with a diameter of 5, and whatever the distance from this point to this is going to be 5 mm, and whatever the distance from this to this, it is going to be 8.8. okay, 8.75. so we'll just provide 8.75 here. So I'm going to mirror this. So go to mirror, select this circle, and my central line will be this. So let's finish this sketch, and I'm going to create a hole. So extrude, and it should be on the reverse direction, subtract. Okay, so once this is done, we have some holes here. So these holes we need to create. So we'll just go to, before going to extrude, I'll just create a circle here. So go to sketch and select this. Now I'll just go to circle, and this diameter is going to be, you can see here, 30 diameter. Okay, so I'll just finish the sketch, and these holes along with this, I'll just remove the material. So I'll just go to extrude and connected curves. These are the curves I'm going to select. Okay, so once it is done, you can just click OK. So now I'll just hit Ctrl W and switch off everything, show only solid bodies, and this is our body. Okay, so this is how we can make this model, guys. So if you have any doubts, please comment in the section below. I will try to answer. Thank you, guys. Hello guys, this is Santosh and welcome to Tech Design. So in this tutorial, as you can see here, we are going to model a bevel gear. We are using a part modeling workbench. So without wasting time, let's get started. So now what I will do is I'll just go to new file here. So I'm going to select a new file. Here I'm keeping it as a model, and I'll just click OK. So now it will take you to a 3D workbench. So as you can see here, it is a datum coordinate system that we have. So I'll just go to sketch environment, and I'm going to select this plane, and I'll just click OK. So now we are going to draw a simple sketch here to get desired shape. So I'm going to go to line, and I will draw one line here. So let me give a dimension for this. So this dimension is 27.6. Okay, so let me fit this and keep it here. So, and now what I will do is I'll just draw one more line here. So from here to here, and whatever the dimension for this, it is 18.2. okay, and there should be a line here which is a construction line, so convert it to construction line, and I'll just make this point should lie on this. Okay, and now now we need to draw a line which is drawing and touches this point, and now whatever the distance we have for this is 45 mm. Okay, so now whatever this point is there, it should lie on this whatever the line we have. So press C and point on a curve. So this point should be on this curve. Okay, so whatever that we have drawn now, that is sketch is fully constrained, and now we also need to do some more things here. So what I'll do is I'll just go to line here and I'll just draw two lines, one line and this is another line. So there are two lines. Whatever the constraint that we developed, I will just delete that, and now I'll press I will draw one more line. So from this point to this point. Okay, so now these two lines, whatever there, they should be tangent to this, perpendicular to this whatever the line we have. So press C and make a perpendicularity between these two. Okay, so now we have some distance for this. Press D and this is 3 mm and this is 2.5 mm. Now the same way from this point as well, a line will go to here. So let me draw a line from this point to this point. Okay, and then there is a line here which is from this point. Let me switch off this and from this point to this point, and from this point to, okay, so let me trim this extra line. Now this should be tangent to this, so same thing we have to do for tangency for this as well. So these two should be tangent, and make sure that this point should lie on this particular line. So point on a curve, so this point should be on this curve. Okay, so now whatever the sketches we have drawn, everything is fully constrained, so we don't need to do anything here. So this is what we have got. So if you want, you can just close this profile, so by drawing a line here. So this is the line and I'll just trim the extra line. Okay, so now let's finish the sketch. So this is what the first sketch is all about. So now what I will do is I'll just go to datum plane and I'm going to draw datum line, plane on this curve. So as you can see here, the curve is over here and I just want at the end of this curve. So what I'll do is I'll just give the distance as 0 and I'll now click OK. Okay, so here we got this datum plane. So on this datum plane, I just wanted to draw a curve or a sketch. So I'll just go to sketch here, and instead of selecting invert, I want to orient the sketch along as per my requirement. So for that, what I will do is I'll just go to a new plane. So this is already explained in our tutorial, so please go to Sketcher tutorial and check it out. So now specify the plane. So this is my plane which I'm going to specify, and now I just wanted to make a sketch origin. So sketch origin I'm just going to give as this point. Okay, so now it is asking for horizontal line. So this is my horizontal line and I'll just reverse the plane. Okay, now click. Now you can see here, this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. I'll just click OK. So on this particular plane, I'm just going to draw a sketch here now. So I'll just close this. So now I wanted to make a draw a sketch on this plane now. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just draw a line here. So this is one line and there is another line here, and whatever the center point of these two lines should lie on the same vertically aligned, and these points should lie on the y-axis. So I'm going to give an y-axis, and as well as this point should lie on this x-axis. Okay, so now it is perfect. So now whatever the distance that we have between these two lines is 6 mm. So let us give that 6 mm here. Okay, and now what I will do is I will just give this distance as 0.5 mm. Okay, sorry guys, let me give it as 1 mm. And now whatever there should be an arc here, so I'll just draw an arc. So here is an arc, so between this to this, and the radius is 9. So we can give this 9 radius, and the same way I have to do it on the other side. Either we can do it by manually, or we can just create a mirror curve. Okay, so this is mirrored. So okay, I'll just delete this and I'll draw a curve again. So this is 9 mm. Okay, so now we have to provide an edge blend here. So I'll just hit F, and here it is 0.3 mm. In the same way here as well it is 0.3 mm, and whatever the distance we are left here, this should be 0.5. So let us make this point meet each other. Okay, so now it is done with one auto constraint. Let us see what is that auto constraint is all about. So I'll just switch on this auto constraint, and now as you can see here, this distance is an auto constraint. So let us see, this value is 7 mm. So hit 7 mm and click OK, and this point should lie on this axis. Okay, something is missing here. There is something. Okay, there are two curves here. I just wanted to delete one curve. So as you can see here, there are two curves. So one line, I will just delete this. So only this line is required. So this is on. Okay, and then this point should be lying on this y-axis. Okay, so now the sketch needs 0 constraints, so it is nothing but it is fully constrained. And we also have this dimension here. Why? Okay, here as well there are two curves. So let me delete one curve. So you can see here, this is one curve and this is one curve. So I'll just delete this one, and let me keep it as 0.5 mm. Okay, so now as you can see here, our sketch is fully constrained. So we can check the dimensions here. Whatever the arc we have, it is 9 mm, and then the length distance between two lines is 6 mm, and here it is 7 mm length, and now it is fully constrained. So I'll just finish the sketch. Okay, so this is how we can do. And now what I'll do is I'll just make an revolve. So go to revolve, and I'm going to select each and every curve here. So this is the revolve profile. So this is a complete profile, and now we need to provide a vector. So this vector I'm just going to give. Now we can see 360-degree, and you can just click OK. So once this is done, what I will do is so now I'm going to go to sketch again, and on this plane, whatever the plane we have here, so I'll just give finish. Sorry, let us keep it as it is. And now I'm going to go into this. So here I'm going to draw 3 circles. So one circle is of 15 mm, and another one is of 20 mm. Okay, it should be concentric. Okay, and then 35 mm. Okay, these three should come over here. So press C and point coincide each other. So it should be coincide here. Okay, close this. Now let me finish this. And now I'm going to do an extrude, and I'm going to do the extrude for this circle. So I'm going to select this circle, and it should be in the opposite direction, and it should be removed from the body. You can just click OK. And the same thing again, extrude, and now I'm going to select these two with only 4 mm, and it should be subtracted. That is why it should be given in the opposite direction, and just click OK. So now we have on this side. So what I'll do is I'll just go to sketcher environment again on this side. I'll just click OK. Here I'm going to draw two more circles. So one with diameter of 20 and another one with the diameter of 48. So select it and now press C and coincide this point to this point. Now finish the sketch. So here as well, I just wanted to remove these two material here, so I'll just give an opposite direction of 4 mm and I'll just click OK. So now we have to make this profile. So in order to do that profile, what I will do is I'll just go to surface and through curves. So in through curves, what I will do is I'm going to select this curve, whatever we have done here. So this is the curve. Now what we have to do is you can just hit whatever the wheel you have in the mouse button, so it will take into new list. So now in the new list, this is the second point. So this point is enough. In first section we have to provide this entire section whatever we have selected, and the second section will be just this point. Okay, keep this preserve shape on and you can just click OK. So now it is done. So now what I have to do is I will just make a pattern. So go to pattern feature here, and through curves, whatever through curve we have done, this I'm just going to pattern. So I'll just select this through curve and along the vector Y, and you can see the count and pitch 24 and the pitch angle is 15. So I can just click OK. So once this is done, I just wanted to subtract this material. So go to subtract, and from this body I'm going to subtract this feature, pattern feature, as well as through curve. So it will take some time, let us wait. And through curves. Okay, so these two should be selected in order to remove the material from body. So I'll just click OK. So now as you can see here, whatever the desired shape that we want for bevel gear, so it has been achieved. So now what I'll do is I'll just hit Control W and hide all the sketches. So these are not required, and even datum plane. So I'll just click OK. And now we need to give some chamfers. So I'll just give chamfer 4 mm as over here as well as over here. Okay, click apply, and 0.5 mm of chamfer over here and as over here. Okay, the same way I'm going to give chamfer at this position as well. Okay, so this is how we have done this bevel gear. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So please, if you have any doubts, please comment in the section below. Thank you guys. Hello guys, this is Santosh and welcome to Tech Design. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can make this particular model in NX23. So I also have a drawing here. So this is a drawing for this particular model. So we are going to use this drawing in order to create this particular model. So let's get started with a new file. So I'll just go to new file here, and we'll create a model file first. So this is going to be a model, and I'll just click OK. So now if you go to the model here, you can see here this is a simple block which is on the back side. So I'm going to create this block with these holes. So and then we can just extrude this. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go to sketcher environment on this particular plane, and now you can see the dimensions here. This is 70 by 70, and we also have a holes here. So first of all, let's create a rectangle. Okay, so this is going to be our 70 mm, and you can just click S for that, and this is also 70 mm. Okay, so in order to make it in the center, what I'm going to do is I'll just select this line and this line. I'll just give it this as a 35. Okay, so now our block is exactly at the center. Now if you go here, you can see these holes with a diameter of 12 mm. You can see this is the diameter provided, and you can see 3312 mm distance. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just go to circle here and I'll just draw a circle. Okay, and then one more circle on the top side. So this is going to be 12 mm and this is also going to be 12 mm. Okay, so and these center should be lined. Okay, so there two are on the horizontally aligned, and now there is a distance here. You can see from this distance it is 46 mm, so it means divided by 2. So from this to this it should be 46 divided by 2. Okay, and then you can see here this is 33 and this is 12 mm. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is as you can see here, this is opposite of the particular model. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give 12 mm on this side and 33 mm on this side. So now from here to here it will be 12 mm. Okay, and then from here to here it is 33 mm. Okay, and the same two holes should be on the opposite side. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go to mirror. So I'll just select a mirror here, and the curves should be these two, and the center line will be this. Okay, so now you can see our sketch is fully constrained. So what I'm going to do is I'll just finish the sketch, and this should be, let us see, maybe 20 mm diameter. 20 mm is the width. So what we're going to do is we'll just provide 20 mm for this. So we'll just go to extrude and select this particular sketch, and it should be 20 mm, and we'll just click OK. Okay, so and then now we have this profile. So this profile we have to create on this plane. So on this plane, so let's go to sketch on this particular plane. Okay, on the bottom plane, and we'll just click OK. Okay, so from here you can see this is the line we have to make a profile. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go to line here, and we have to choose an entire assembly here. So suppose if the line is there and if we want to pick this edge, you cannot able to pick it. So in this case what you can do is you can just go to here entire assembly. So in the selection filter, if you give entire assembly, it means it will take the references from all the entire assembly. So I'll just select this, and let us make this line straight, and then we'll go to this. Okay, and similarly we have on this side also there is a line here from this edge to this. Okay, so these two edges should be parallel. Okay, now you can see here there is an 18 mm of distance and 35 mm of arc here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just create an arc with 35 mm. Okay, so 35 mm of radius of arc, and then this length is 18 mm and this length is 44 plus 12. So now this length is going to be 18 mm. Okay, and this length is going to be 44 plus 12 is 56, sorry. Okay, so now you can see here 44 plus 12 mm, and then we have a line here which is joining these two lines. So I'm going to join this. So we need to create a corner here. So I'll just go to corner and select these two, and it will create a corner. So now we need to close this profile. So I'll just select a line and close this profile. Okay, so this is now done, and and now we need to provide some angle here, 135-degree angle. So what I'll do is I'll just select this line and this line. This is going to be 135-degree. So now you can see our sketch is fully defined. So I'll just finish this, and now we have to extrude this along Z direction. So what is the distance? You can see here distance is 12 mm. So we are going to provide extrude of 12 mm. Okay. So now we need to provide this shape, particular shape. So before that, what we'll do is we'll just make this center rib. So for that, you can see here from this outer edge to 29 mm is the distance and 12 mm is the width here. So what we'll do is we'll just make a use of this particular edge. We'll make an offset and then we'll create that profile. So for that, I'll just go to sketch on this plane. Okay, and we are going to offset this particular edge. How we can do? We'll just go to offset, and you just need to make sure this should be single curve. Suppose if it is a connected curve, this is an entire connected curve, so it will be going to make a offset for the entire connected curves. So now what we need is only single curve. So we just need to select this curve and this curve. Okay, so it should not be on the both the sides, it should be on the single side. So I'll just switch off this, and we need in the reverse direction, so make it as a reverse direction. And now the distance is 29 mm. Okay, so simply put 29 mm here and hit enter, and you can just click OK. So once this is done, you can see the radius here, it is 18 mm. So let us make it as an 18 mm. I'll just go to fillet and make this as a 18 mm. Okay, so this is the one line we have got, and one more line we need, which is of a width 12 mm. So what we'll do the same thing. Just go to offset, and here we'll enter 12 mm and select this edge in the opposite direction, and I'll just click OK. And now we have a radius of 6 mm over here. So we'll just go to fillet. Between these two, there should be 6 mm, and we have created it. So before that, what I'll do is I'll just make this extend. So corner, I'll just create a corner here, and then now I'll just give the fillet of 6 mm. Okay, so now you can see our sketch is fully defined, and I just need to close this profile. So how we'll close? We'll just create a line between these two and a line between this. Okay, so it is closed, and now we'll just finish the sketch. So we need to extrude this along this direction. So what is the length? You can see here 46 mm is the length. Okay, because this is the section from this point, and we can see 46 as a extrude. So we'll go to here and we'll just enter 46. We'll close. Okay. So now we are left with this particular profile. So you can see here, this is the profile we need. So for that, all the dimensions are given over here. You can see this is the dimension. So we are going to create the holes first. So this is the outer circle, which is of radius 25, and the distance is with a 38 mm. So for that, I'll just go to sketch on this plane. Okay, and now I'll just draw a circle, okay, which is of diameter 50. Okay, and then I'll just move this over here. Now we need to give okay, so now we need a line here which will start from here, and it should be tangent to this particular circle. Okay, so similarly I'll do it on the other side as well. So let's go to orient to view sketch, And now you can see the distance here from this point to this edge is 38 mm. So what I'll do is I'll just give the distance here from this point to this point, it is 38. Okay, and then the same, it should be on the center, so from this point to this point it should be 35, because the width is, overall width is 70 mm. Okay, so now we are going to trim this extra line, hit T for trimming, and now I'll just close this profile. Okay, so now once it is done, I can see here it is extra, so this is going to be 0, and now it is aligned properly, and we'll just click on finish. Okay, so once this is done, this need to be extruded along, you can see here 12 is the width, so I'm going to make it as 12 mm along this direction, it should be 12. Okay, so this is done. Now we are left with this circle with this hole, and now I can see here 20 mm is the width, and the particular radius will be 38 mm, so diameter will be 38 mm. So for that I'll just go to sketch element on this plane, and I'll just go to circle and select this, because it is going to pick the center of this particular arc. So I'll just select, and now we'll go here, this is going to be 38 mm. Okay, so we'll finish the sketch, and I'm going to extrude this by 20 mm. Okay, so 20 mm, you can see here this is 20 mm. So now we need a hole here which is of diameter 6, you can see here, and it should be 10 mm from this, either from here or from here, both the side it is 10 mm. So now what I'll do is I'll just go to sketch and from this plane. Okay, and I'm going to draw a circle here, this is of 6 mm. Okay, and let us move this over here, and now the distance from this point to this point is 10 mm. Okay, similarly the distance from this point to this is 35. Okay, so that's all, we'll just finish the sketch, and now we need to extrude this. I'll just go to extrude on the reverse direction, and I'll just subtract this, and I'll just click OK. One more last thing is pending, that is this slot with a 3 mm of dimension, and 20 mm is along this direction. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go to sketch on this plane, and here we are going to create a rectangle with 20 mm. Okay, and let us move this here, from this point to this is 10, and this length is 3. Okay, just finish it. You can see here this is a 3 mm dimension, and now we'll just go to extrude, and we'll just reverse this direction, and we'll just remove the material. Okay, so once everything is done, you can just hit Ctrl W and switch off all the sketches, planes and facet bodies. Now we can only see the solid body. So this is how we can make this model, guys. So if you have any doubt, please get in touch with me. Thank you. Hello guys, welcome to Tech Design. In this video I will show you how to make a bevel gear in 3D modeling. So this is a little bit intermediate kind of 3D modeling. So let's start. Click on a new window, new file, and click OK. So this will take you to the 3D modeling. Now what I will do is I will just create a shaft for the 3D bevel gear. So this plane, let's click OK, and let's make a profile. So I'll just simply start making the profile, and let's these dimensions I will give it later. So initially I'll just make a rough profile. So and then from here it is 2 steps. Okay, so this is our profile, and let's make these constraints. So this point should lie on this curve, as well as this point should lie on this curve. Okay, now I'll give the dimensions. So let's go to dimensions, linear dimension, and this should be 5 mm, and now we have the end with 32 mm. Let's make it as 32, and from this end to this end it is 80. Let's make this 80, and then again this is 10 mm, and let's make from this edge to the end of the sketch should be 168. Okay, now what I will do is I'll just give the vertical dimensions now. So from this to this it is 90 by 2, and from here to the x-axis it is 78 by 2, and from this point to this it is 76 by 2, and from this point to this point it is 72 by 2, and from here it is 65 by 2. Okay, so as you can see here, one more constraint is required. Let's make an arc here, and from this point to this point let's make an arc, and let's keep the distance from here to here. It is 36 and 38, that is 30. Let's make it as 37. Okay, so now we have got this profile. Let's finish this by adding the outer profile. Okay, as you can see here, now this profile is ready. Let's finish the sketch and make it as a revolve. So revolve and select a feature curve, select this curve, and this vector should be on this point. As you can see here, this is generated. So click OK. So this shaft is ready now for us, and now what I will do is I need to create a bevel gear on this front face. So what I will do is I will just go to sketch environment, and I will select this sketch plane, and let's make 2 circles. One is with 100 mm diameter, and another one is with 170. So this should be 170. Okay, so now I will create one line here for our reference and make it as a reference, and I will just trim it. Okay, now I'll create an arc. Arc should lie on these 2 points, as well as the radius should be 65. Okay, let's give it on this side. As you can see here, this is for making a teeth. So let's give the dimension from this point to this point. Sorry, to select this edge here, this point to this point it is 6. And now what I will do is I'll give this dimension this dimension as 15 mm. Okay, now what I will do is I will make a mirror of this curve. Let's make a mirror. Where is the mirror? Okay, mirror curve. This curve I mirrored with using this. As you can see here, this teeth is now done. Let's make a revolve now. So what I will do is for revolving, let's make pattern which is a circular pattern. Let's select these two curves and the point should be this. Let's make count and pitch, and I need 8 counts with a span of 360. So 8 counts with a span of 360 and click OK. So now this is ready. Let's trim the extra curves. Select T and let's trim these unwanted lines. So here this is not required. I'm just deleting these. Okay, now this is cleaned. Now what I will do is I will just finish the sketch. As you can see here, my first curve is ready. So what I will do is I will just offset the plane from here. It should be on the opposite direction with a 45 distance. Click OK. Now what I will do is I will sketch on this plane. So select the sketch and select the plane which I have created now. And now what we will do is we will offset this curve. I'll just select the entire curve at a time. Sorry, offset curve. And select the connected curve and select this. So it should be in the opposite direction. So let's make it as 2, 3. Okay, let's make it as 3 mm and click OK. And now what I will to do is just hide this and just rotate the curve. So select a move curve and select the entire curves and then angle. The angle should be 15 degree. As you can see here, okay, the point it is taken as this, and let's make this as a point. Okay, now it is rotated. Click OK. Now we need to finish the sketch. As you can see here, there are two sketches. One is with like this and another this like this. It is 25 mm, 15 degree tilted. So now what I will do is I will just again repeat the same procedure. So let's create a plane again. So it should be from this point. It is 95. Let's make on the other side. Click OK. Now I will go to the same sketch environment and select this plane. And now I will project this previous curve. I'll just hide this. And I will just project or offset this curve. Select the connected curve and select this. Let's make an offset of 5 mm inside. Okay, it can be possible. Click OK. Now I will hide this and we need to rotate this. So let's make a move curve and select the entire curves and select the point as a midpoint and again rotate it by 30 degree. Click OK. Yes. Now finish the sketch. Now we have 3 curves, 3 sketches with a different angle and as well as the scale. So here I will do is I will just, so now what we have to do is we have to use through curves command from the surface module. So let's go to surface and select the through curves, and here what we have to do is I'll just switch off these datum planes that is not required, will confuse us. So now let's select connected curves and select the curves. So zoom it on, and you need to select in a order in such a way that the curve which you are selecting should be similar to the sketches. So I'll just select this curve, and as you can see here it is selected, and now click the middle mouse button to select the one more pair. So now we'll go to the same sketcher line, and I'll select this. As you can see, this the profile is done, and now again I will click the middle button of the mouse, and then I will select this sketch. Now you can see this the bevel gear has came. Now click OK. So if you want, you can just unite these two. So now what I will do is I will just hide the sketches. Now you can see this. This is dual care, but it didn't came exactly because not use the exact dimensions. You can use the dimensions, but the procedure to do the bevel gear is this. So please subscribe to my channel and hit a like. Thank you. Hello all, this is Santosh and welcome to Tech Design. So in this tutorial I'm going to make this particular part model example. So you can see here we also have a drawing for this. So these are the different views, and there is a detailed view. You can see here this is the detailed view. So we are going to make this in an part modeling. So let us open a new file here. So I'll just go to new file and keep it as a millimeter, and you can just click OK. So this will take you to a 3D workbench. Yeah, so this is the part model workbench. So now what I'm going to do is, you can see in the drawing, so there is a 100 mm, there will be a square which is of 10 mm as a width. So now what I'm going to do is, I'll just go to sketcher environment on this particular plane, and I'll just click OK. So in the sketcher I'm going to draw a rectangle here. So this is going to be a rectangle, and let me give the dimension for this. Hit D, and this is going to be 100 mm, and this is going to be 100 mm. So now it is completely square. Okay, so I'm going to finish the sketch, and now in the drawing, as you can see here, this is 10 mm extrude. So I'm going to go to extrude, and let me give this as a 10 mm. Okay, so this is a 10 mm, just click OK. So once this is done, we have to make this profile. As you can see here, this is 70 mm lines are there, and then there is an arc here with 80 diameter. So I'm going to do this on this particular face. So now let me go to sketcher environment again on this face now, and let me click OK. So here I'm going to make a circle first. So circle with a diameter of 80. Sorry. Sorry, it should be 80. Okay, and now there are lines here. So this is my okay, let me draw this line here. This is one line and this is another line. So I'll just hit C, and let me make this as a vertical. So I'll just make this as a vertical and point on a curve. So this point should be on this curve, and this point should be on this curve. Similarly, this point should be on this curve, and again this point should be on this curve. Okay, so I'll just move this lines over here. Okay, and there is a distance here. As you can see here, this is 70 mm, and from one edge it is 15 mm. Okay, so let me give the distance here. Between these two there will be a distance of 70 mm, and between one line it should be 35. So it is not given because it is a symmetric value, so we can just provide 35 mm, and between this edge it is 15 mm. So 15 mm it is already there, so we don't need to provide. Okay, so now whatever the unwanted line, so this is going to be unwanted curve, I'm going to trim it by using a T command. So I'm going to trim these two lines. Okay, so that's all we need in this sketch. So our sketch is fully constrained, you can see here, and I'm going to finish the sketch. So now we need to extrude this. So but the whatever the extrude length is not given here. So you can see here this is the 25 mm, but it is in angled face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude it up to around 40 mm. Okay, so just go to 40 mm extrude here, and also you can see here there is a 5 mm of draft here for this particular extrude. So I'm going to provide that as well. So here I'm going to give a distance as 40 mm, and it should be united with this body, and there is a draft from start limit. So this is going to be our start limit, and the draft will be 5 mm, and you can just click OK. So now we can see this is our model, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom into here, and whatever this profile is there, I'm going to create this profile and remove the extra material. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to sketch environment on this plane now, and I'll just click OK. And here if you see here, so there is a 25 mm face here with 70-degree angle. So I'm going to create these construction lines first. So go to line here, and it should start from this point and it goes along like this. Okay, so this should be on this edge. So press C and point on a curve. So this point should be on this edge. Okay, and it is also having an angle here. So press D, and there is an angle here between these two. It should be 70. Okay, and now there is a distance here for this distance is 25 mm. Okay, so you can see here 25 mm is a distance, 70 degrees an angle, and the distance from this center is 15 mm. So let us give that 15 mm. From this to this distance it is 15 mm. Okay, so this is our construction line. So we don't need this sketch, so we are going to convert it into a construction line. Okay, so now we need to draw a line here which is perpendicular to this particular construction line. So go to line here and draw a line here. Okay, so this should be perpendicular. Okay, so now I'm going to constrain it. So the point on a curve, so this end point should be on this curve. Okay, so it will be extended. So now we need to remove the material, so that is why I'm going to close this profile. Okay, so now I'm going to extend this line until this and trim this extra line. Okay, so whatever this line is there, I'm going to mirror it. So go to mirror curve and select this curve. Sorry, so go to mirror curve and select only single curve, and going to select this curve, and my center line will be this, and just click OK and trim this extra line. Okay, so this is the profile we need. So we are going to trim this material. So I'll just finish the sketch, and I'll just go to extrude again, and here we can just give symmetric value and give whatever the value we want, and we can just subtract this, and you can just click OK. So now we don't want this sketch, so I'm going to hide this sketch. Okay. So once this is done, you can see there are some feature over here. So these are 4 features are available. So these are the 4 features available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one feature over here. So, and I'm going to pattern this feature. So all the dimensions are given here. So all these dimensions are with respect to this whatever the construction line that we have. So I'm going to make one plane here with an offset of 35 mm, and then on that particular plane I'm going to create this feature. So let me go to plane here, and with a distance of so from this edge, and it is a distance of 35 mm, and it should be in the reverse direction, and you can just click OK. Okay, so this is our plane now, and I will go to sketcher on one environment on that plane. Okay, so here also we need to draw this construction line 70 degree and 25 mm, because we need to make a profile, this particular profile on that line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line here, the same line, and this line should be point on a curve. So this point should be on this curve, and the angle, let us hit D. The angle between this to this is 70 degree, and this point should lie on this line, so press C and point on a curve. So this point should be okay. So I think this is not a curve here, so let us project this curve. So go to project, and I'm going to project this curve, and it should be associative, and I'll just click OK. And now I'm going to extend this. Okay, so it is extended. So now you can see here I'm going to create this profile. So now let me see here. I'll just go to line. Let me select a profile. So this is going to be our profile. Okay, and let me extend this until the next point, and I'm going to trim this. So now you can see here whatever this edge is 8 mm, so I'm going to give 4 mm for this because we are going to revolve it. So this edge is of 4 mm. Okay, and also you can see here for this edge it is 12 mm, so I will give the distance as 6 mm. And then we have an angle here, so both side the angle is 20 degree, so I'm going to hit D, and the angle between this line to this line is 20 degree. The same way angle between this line to this line is 20 degree. Okay, so let me extend this until this point. Okay, so this height you can see here 5 mm and 8 mm. So let us give this height from this edge to either you can select this point. So this is 5 mm. Again the distance here from this line to this line, it is 8 mm. So now we need to provide this 15 mm here. So let us give this from this point to this center line, it is 15 mm. Okay, so now you can see here our sketch is fully defined, so we don't need to do anything here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the sketch. So I'll just finish the sketch, and now we need to make a revolve for this. So go to revolve, and here I'm going to select a single curve and stop at intersection. So I'm going to select these curves. Okay, so now we need to provide a vector should be along this, and you can see here it is 360 degree and it is united with the body. You can just click OK. What we are going to do is I'm going to make a edge blend here. So go to edge blend, and I'm going to give 1 mm as edge blend. This is not provided in the drawing, so I'm going to give 1 mm edge blend on both sides. Okay, now what we have to do is I'm going to mirror this feature. So go to mirror feature, and now I'm going to select this revolve and edge blend, and now my plane will be this line. Okay, I'll just click OK, and now you can see here the feature has come. Now again I'm going to make a mirror feature on the other side. So I'll just go to mirror feature, and from this one I'm going to select all these three, and now at this time it should be along this plane. Okay, yeah, so now I'll just click OK. You can see it is updated. So now we are left with some of the edge blends. So you can see here there is a radius of 10, and then there is a radius of 10 here. So we are going to give edge blend here. This edge blend is 10 mm. Okay, again this edge blend is 10 mm. So all four side it is 10 mm, and the top side is also it is 10 mm. Okay, and I'll just click OK. And also as you can see here this radius is 3 mm. So let us go to edge blend again, and this time it is 3 mm, and I'm going to select this particular edge. Okay, so everything is done. You can see the drawing here. So as per drawing, everything is done. So this is how we can make this particular model, guys. So whatever the dimensions that are given in the drawing, so we have you know utilized them and made a model. So if you have any doubts, please comment in the section below. I will try to answer. So thank you, guys. Hello guys, welcome to Tech Design. Please subscribe to my channel and hit a like button as well as comment on the comment section. So in this video I will be showing you some 3D examples. So as far as my knowledge, all 3D commands are already, and if you think I just missed any of the 3D command, just comment in the section below, and so that I will just check it and I will try to make a video for that as well. So now what I will do is I will take some simple models so that I can explain you from the basic itself. So let's get started. So I have just created a new file here, as you can see here. So now what I will do is, if you can see here, the top right corner, one model is there. So I'm just going to do this, the right side model. So let's get started. We'll go to, first we'll open the sketcher environment. So I'll just select any one sketch plane and click OK, so that it will take you to the sketcher environment. As you can see here, there is a 12 mm extrude, the base point. So it is having a 50 mm as well as 75 mm. You can just create a 50 mm and 75 mm rectangle and you can extrude it to 12 mm. And also later we can make a cutout for this one. That is also one method, and as well as you can make this cutout as well in the first step itself, so that it will avoid your time. So I'll just show you how we can do that. So let's make a 50 and 75 rectangle. As you can see here, I'm just selecting this and let's give 75. Okay, let's make one as a 75. And the other is 50 and click OK. So as you can see, there is, after 25 mm there is a 25 mm cut with a 12 depth. So we'll just make it first. Let's take one line and roughly I will draw this so that later we can give dimensions to it. So as you can see here, this depth is around 12 mm. So I'll just give the depth as 12. And now we have this this dimension as 25. And from the base it is again 25. So let's give this as 25. Click OK. And this, and there is an extra line here. We just need to trim it. So select T for trimming. And just select this, and it will trimmed. So let's finish this, and you can see here our base is ready, and we have to extrude it around 12 mm. So let's extrude it. Here is extrude command and select a sketch. Make sure that this connected curve or else the feature curve is selected. If it is a single curve, you need to select each and every single element one by one. So you can see here, to avoid this you can do, just select a feature curve and select the sketch, so it will be selected entirely. So what is our distance? 12 mm. So let's give 12 mm and this keyword as none, the boolean operation keyword as none. Click OK. As you can see here, this model is done now. Now what I will do is, there will be a one more sloped extrude. As you can see here, from here it is 20 mm as well as 25. Here it is 20 and this is 25 again. So I think this is 20. Okay, let's make this. So in order to make this, you can make an extrude and then you can cut it. Otherwise you can make a simple profile like this and you can extrude it. I will just show you how to make it as easily. So let's go to sketcher environment. I'll just select this face as my sketch profile. So I'll just select this. I'll click OK. as you can see here, and roughly I will make the sketch what we have. So I think it looks similar to like this, and if you give like this, it will be an open curve. You can make a use of this edge as well. I will show you how we can make a use of edge, or else you can make a complete sketch. So now I will give the dimensions. As you can see here, this is from the edge, it is 20. So let's give it as 20. Go to linear dimension. From this it is 20. So it is defined, and as you can see here, this is 20 again, and let's make this as a 20. And as you can see here, this is 25. Okay, now we have got the profile. As you can see here, this is we have achieved now. Now what I have to do is I have to extrude this of about 25 mm. So I'll just select the extrude command. As I already told you, this sketch is open sketch, so you need to make a use of this edge. Either you can create the sketch in the complete, you can make a sketch inside this sketch itself. If you create a line here, sorry, if you finish this, okay, this line you can complete it in this sketch itself, or else if you want, you can make a use of this edge. So how we can make a use of this edge, I will show you now. Go to sketcher environment, make sure that selected a single curve, and select single every curve, as well as select this stop at intersection and select this curve. You can see this is now it is selected, and now it is in the opposite direction, so you need to reverse the direction. So reverse the direction, and what is our value? The extrude value will be 25. So just give 25. Click OK. Now this is a second body, so it is good to make a unite with the base body. So I'll just give the unite, and it is automatically selecting the body because the only existing body is the base body now. So it will select the body, and if you want, you can remove this and keep the other bodies if it is existing. So just give OK. As you can see here, our model is ready as per the given data. So this is how it comes, guys.